I've got a lot of experience working with Raptor paint, and if you don't know what Raptor is, it's basically a protective coating similar to like a bed liner, not quite as tough, but certainly a DIY version that's a really good product. Now, it's incredibly versatile. A lot of people don't know you can tint it, but also you can thin it out so it's not such a textured heavy sort of coating, which is great for things like plastic wheel arches and stuff. So that's what we're going to be looking at today, is a few different ways to apply Raptor. And the key to this whole project is to see if I can use this high volume, low pressure spray gun kit from Sealy. Now, this is a plug-in electric spray gun. It's designed really for using on applying Cerakote to fences and things like that. So on your walls, it's not really designed for Raptor because it's quite a thick product, but you can thin Raptor out up to 20% with thinners, which is what we've got here. And the idea is it gives you more of an eggshell finish. Now, I'm hoping this is going to cope with the material. Then we've got our Raptor pack, and in there we've got 4 bottles of black tinted Raptor and some hardener. You have to mix it yourself. And then we've got our spray gun kit. So this is the pod that we're going to do the mixing up in. You want to be obviously spraying on in a controlled fashion to get a nice finish. So whether or not this is going to inhibit that, I'm not sure, because it is quite rigid. But we'll give it a go. We'll get some practice on a couple of things and see how it works. If we've got any heavy contaminants on here, this should remove them if I've missed them when I've washed them. And what it's doing is it's highlighting the areas that are starting to break down the plastic. Let me just show you that corner there. So if you can see there where it's all light. Now, that was a bit darker before, but that is because the plastic started to break down and go all, you know, coarse. So we'll give that more of a rub down, and that's got us a better chance of getting a nice finish. So on here we've got 237 millilitres, and that's how much hardener we need to add to one of these. Right, what I'm going to do is actually pour some into here. Like that. Then I'm going to shake it as well. Okay, set outside. What I'm going to be doing is, if I can get some material out of this gun, I'm going to be messing about with this to adjust the flow rate of the material, and we'll try and get, this is our practice piece here, and see if we can get some on there. Let's have a look. Now, I'll be honest, that's actually better than I thought, but it has still got quite a lot of texture to it. So, do we risk putting a little bit more thinners in there? If I add the thinners now, we're going above and beyond what Raptor recommend. So, we'll have to just use this as an experiment, but I've added another 10% thinners. I'm really happy with that. That looks brilliant, so I'm well chuffed. I'm ready now to spray my wheel arches. As you know, they've been degreased. I've got them laid on here. I need to put them in the middle of a space so I can get all around them to make sure I get good coverage, but there is a lot of spray. There's a big fan coming out of this, so we do need to be careful we don't do too much overspray, so let's just try and keep it under control. They still do have a textured finish. It wasn't as smooth as possibly I'd hoped, but I think that is down to the fact that the spray gun's got quite an aggressive fan, which is, we've got nothing we can do about that, but it's definitely a lot better than the aerosol, and certainly much cheaper than using a Schultz gun. You wouldn't get a better finish than this with a Schultz gun, definitely. So I actually let these tack off a little bit after the first coat, and then I gave them another wet coat, and then I just stood back a little bit and gave them another sort of dry dusting, and they've just come up really nice. It's just there wasn't quite full coverage on everything, but now everything's taken care of, and I think they look really good. So I'm going to leave those probably for another hour in the sun and they should dry out nicely. Well, we brought these in now from outside, so they were in the direct sun, but it's just too hot today, amazingly. It's 20 degrees, and they just weren't curing. They're just basically staying tacky. But now I brought them in, they're starting to cool off, they're going nice and cured. I leave these for 24 hours because that really is a minimum cure time for these, because it's quite a thick coating. They can sort of you can get your nail in them and give them a little bit of a mark. So just leave them to one side for 24 hours before you do anything with them. We'll come back to them tomorrow. We're going to put them up against Jez's G4 edition on his arches to see what the difference is between original and the ones we painted, and you be the judge to see what you think. But I'm really happy so far. Well, we're completed our mud flaps now, and I just thought it'd be interesting to show you guys really what most of you might have on your vehicle. So this is a similar aged Discovery 2. This is Jez's that we put the snorkel and the rear ladder onto, and you can see here just how sort of deteriorated the plastic is. It's really sort of starting to break down. So then if we offer up the wheel arch that we've raptored, you can see just how much difference it really does make. And I think the texture's acceptable personally, but I think that's going to look really nice when we get all of those on Mark's car. We're going to get a little photo and a video of the finished job. We won't be able to get it on this video, but when he's got it all assembled, we'll get it online and you can see what you think. But I think that is a big improvement.